think of some of the key roles that have really made the biggest difference to get you to a point where you felt comfortable in starting out on your own, really. Because I think some people might be thinking, I've been in a career doing whatever, maybe doing exactly what you're doing for 10 or 15 years or so, and maybe have an ambition to start a business, but haven't really known what the right point is. When's it okay to do that? When's a good time to do that? And what would you say to anyone who's potentially in that position? What was that experience like for you?
So it's interesting. So there's two ways that I could answer that. First of all is, when did it start to potentially click for me, and the confidence levels of how this might be something that I could do? Is quite interestingly, when I met you in the company that we were at, Virgin Media, I found that the teams and the individuals that I was working with at Virgin Media were full of brilliant minds, motivated people, best in class, superb at trying to generate change and affect change. And before then, in some of my other roles, it hadn't been like that. So I learned a lot from them, so that it became quite natural to me to work in a different type of way. So I would say that, working with different people, you don't want to be the cleverest guy in the room, but you also don't want to be out of your depth. So it was good to have that really good mix of people and characters and personalities within Virgin, and I bounced and learnt from them. What I would say as a nice elevation to that is then when I started working for Yell, is a very structured, process-driven environment. So it was very focused on the sales and the ROI and sweating the dollar, so to speak. And although as an employee, sometimes that can be a little bit grating and it can at times be a little bit intense, I learned a phenomenal amount in that process and doing that role, which now I'm owning my own business and having to account for every penny that we spend and every client penny that we spend. That has been absolutely invaluable. So it's that experience as well, that if I hadn't have had that, it would have been very difficult for me to just flip the switch, go from what can be seen sometimes as cozy corporate life, and sometimes it's easy to find that you can find the niche, and like you said yourself, you can be there for 10, 15, 20 years, and before you know it, you're 55 with grey hair wondering what the hell happened to your life.
Or no hair.
yeah, I could choose to shave mine.
I could claim the same if I like this.
So yes, I would say that those two roles were super pivotal for me in terms of the people who I met and then the processes that were underpinning what I was doing at the second company, Yell.